Hey there. Welcome to the 20th episode of the Community Show. I'm Casey Worley. First up on today's show, we will have What's Going On, news and events from Floyd and Wythe Counties. And then we will move on to this week's sports action, featuring sports schedules for Floyd, George Wythe, and Fort Chiwell High Schools. And then finally on this week's Something to Chat About, our first guest will be Johnny Williams with the Blue Ridge Acoustic Uprising event that is happening in Wytheville. And we will be talking about that event and how it got started. And then our final two guests will be Susan and James Sutterer with the event Empty Bowls, which is part of New River Community Action's backpack program. And it's an event that they have coming up in April. And so we'll be talking about that event as well as how they're involved. So stay tuned and we'll be right back after this. And now for this week's What's Going On. Beginning with Wythe News, sponsored by the Wytheville Enterprise. Motorists in Wytheville are reminded that parking in fire lanes can result in a fine and a ticket. They can be ticketed when their vehicles are parked alongside streets and in-town parking lots with expired inspection stickers, expired town decals, and expired license plates. Wytheville Police Chief Rick Arnold recently said that they've been enforcing these violations more strictly since the first of the year when Town Council passed a more strict ordinance late in last year. He said that it has always been illegal to park in a fire lane or anywhere marked with yellow paint. But the new ordinance, Chief Arnold said, allows police to ticket parked vehicles for violations. Stricter enforcement of fire lane parking caught several motorists by surprise last week in the Lehigh Shopping Center on East Main Street. Tickets were placed on vehicles in the fire lane at CVS Pharmacy, a convenient place for customers to park and pick up prescriptions. One of those ticketed was warning two other people parked in the fire lane that they needed to move. Next, a Crockett man accused of trying to kill police officers during an hour-long standoff last October will be evaluated again to determine his mental state during the event. On Monday, the Commonwealth successfully argued that 53-year-old Donald Donnie Irvin Hayes should be examined by an expert to determine his sanity at the time of the allegations against him. In February, Hayes' attorney noticed that the court that he had planned to use an insanity defense at trial, and that's when he notified the court. Hayes, who court records show has a history of mental illness, was initially found incompetent to stand trial after his arrest on 4 felony charges related to the standoff. After treatment at a state hospital, he was deemed competent and his preliminary hearing was held in December of 2013. He is now awaiting trial in Wythe County Circuit Court. According to testimony in December, Hayes fired at deputies who had gone to his Greek Miller home residence on October 1, 2013, to arrest him on an assault warrant obtained by his mother. Moving on, 2 sisters who once helped lead Wythe County's embattled rescue squad admitted this week to stealing approximately $3,000 from the squad's bank account over a roughly 2-year period. Beth Ann Shuey Krieger, age 38, and Joanne Shuey, 41, both of Wytheville, pleaded guilty on Thursday morning to grand larceny during back-to-back hearings in Wythe County Circuit Court. Krieger, the former director, and Shuey, the former treasurer, had also been charged with conspiracy to commit grand larceny, but the Commonwealth dropped those charges as part of a plea agreement with the women. According to Assistant Commonwealth's Attorney Craig Kemper, the sisters wrote approximately 15 checks on the squad account from 2010 to 2012 and then used money for personal purchases. Many were purchased at Walmart. A Virginia State Police investigation turned up $3,000 missing, an amount the sisters repaid to the squad on Thursday morning as part of their plea agreement. Krieger resigned from the squad in August of 2012 at the same time state police announced that they were investigating a reported theft from the squad. Next, George Wythe High School's head football coach, H.S. Ingo, has been charged with hazing and subjecting a student to corporal punishment in connection with an incident at the end of January involving an 11th grade football player. Both charges are misdemeanors, and they will be heard in the Juvenile and Domestic Relations District Court of Wythe County. The Wythe County School Board has called a special meeting for Wednesday to discuss personnel matters regarding two employees. Initially, a second coach, Adam Hughes, was named in the accusations. However, Vaught said that in a press release that no charges have been issued in regard to any other person besides Ingo. Both coaches were suspended with pay until the investigation concluded. Grayson County Commonwealth's attorney, Douglas S. Vaught, announced the charges on Friday afternoon. Vaught was appointed as a special prosecutor in the case after Wythe County Commonwealth's attorney Gerald Mabe withdrew from the case. Mabe's wife, Leslie, is the music teacher at Spiller Elementary School. Her principal, Kim Ingo, is the wife of the head coach. Once more, Larry McCoy has taken his game to another level. The former George Wythe High School football standout, who then went on to have an outstanding collegiate career at Duquesne University, has recently signed a contract to play professional football in Germany. In fact, McCoy plans to take a flight today to Germany to begin preparation for the upcoming season. McCoy will play for the Berlin Rebels. The team is in the Division I of the GFL, the German Football League, in Germany, which is the top football league in the country. The season begins in late April and continues through September. McCoy said that he has never been to Germany, but has immediate plans to learn how to speak German, and he is also looking forward to learning all about the German culture. On April 25th, between 4:30 and 7:30 p.m., Direct Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will join with parents and teachers at Spiller Elementary School for a Drive for the Kids fundraiser in support of the PTA 2014 Spring Fling. During Spiller Elementary Spring Fling, parents and guests will have an opportunity to earn a $10 contribution for the school from the Chrysler brand by test driving the 2014 Chrysler Town & Country. Everyone is invited to join the event. Any licensed driver age 18 or older may drive and earn a $10 donation for Spiller Elementary. There is no limit to the number of drives or Chrysler's contribution. And now for Floyd news, sponsored by the Floyd Press. A crew of 44 women from Virginia Tech spent a day of their spring break in Floyd County recently. The women helped the Plenty organization to make soup for local residents and worked at the Jacksonville Center for the Arts to spruce up its grounds and blacksmith forge. Kelsey Harrington, program coordinator for the Virginia Tech Women's Center, said the center brought 44 faculty, staff, students, and graduate students to the county as a Women's Day of Service project. It was the first-time project, and it was Women's Month and also the 20th anniversary of the center. Harrington said that she chose spring break, not knowing how their response would be, but it worked really well. Karen Day of Plenty was pleased to have the extra hands helping to prepare vegetables for the monthly Super Duper Drive by that organization. The women who helped Plenty also made decorations for tables at Zion Lutheran Church, Floyd United Methodist Church, and for the Plenty office, where the soup was served. Other soup was also delivered to homes. Next, Southwest Virginia has the potential to become well-known for outdoor recreation in Virginia. And Ben Muldrow, an urban planner and featured speaker at a conference, recently said that they wanted to focus on marketing and the region's outdoors. Next, Virginia owns history, and if you do this right, Virginia will own the outdoors too, said Muldrow, partner at Arnett, Muldrow and Associates. People around the state are talking about you, and they're impressed. They even brought together folks from throughout Southwest Virginia's 19 counties and 4 cities to discuss how to market the region through Appalachian Spring, a regional outdoor recreation initiative that's being developed based on the model of the Crooked Road, Virginia's Heritage Music Trial. The conference was held at Heartwood, Southwest Virginia's gateway, and it included breakout discussions about the region's 8 major outdoor recreation destinations: High Knob Recreation Area, Breaks Interstate Park, the Clinch River, the Daniel Boone Wilderness Trail, Mount Rogers National Recreation Area, the New River, the Appalachian Trail, and the Blue Ridge Parkway. The Floyd Town Council has expressed interest in helping to pursue a walking trail in Floyd. At the council meeting last Thursday, council decided to do more groundwork before hosting a meeting of interested stakeholders. Several years ago, a Trails in Floyd effort stalled out. The location under consideration for a trail would circumnavigate the Floyd Recreation Park. Next, Ralph Stanley II is coming to Floyd on April 5th as part of a fundraiser for the Safe Surfing Foundation, which educates children to keep them safe from online predators. The Floyd County Moose Lodge and Floyd County Cares are sponsoring the event at Floyd County High School from 7 to 9 p.m. The Blackberries from Floyd County will open the show. An opening reception for Floyd County World War II exhibits is scheduled for Friday, March 28th from 4 until 6 p.m. at the Floyd County Historical Society Museum. The reception is honoring all Floyd County World War II veterans. And finally, Citizens is in contract discussions with Viacom, the parent company of MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, and TV Land. Our existing agreement expires on March 31st of this year, and although we are working to negotiate a fair price for these networks after March 31st, Viacom may turn off their networks or require us to remove all of their channels until a new agreement is secured. Please visit Citizens' website or tvonmyside.com to learn more. And that is all for this week's What's Going On. Stay tuned. Up next, we'll have this week's sports action.
Chantilly Farm is an outdoor special events venue located in the beautiful mountains of Floyd, Virginia. From small gatherings to large festivals, Chantilly Farm is the perfect venue for outdoor events of any size. Chantilly is home to the annual Bluegrass Festival, the Floyd Auto Fair, Floyd Oktoberfest, and many other great events. Contact us to learn more about planning your next outdoor event at Chantilly Farm.
For farm and building supplies, make it C.W. Harmon & Son on Route 221 in Floyd. With everything for your home, lawn and garden, and the farm, why go anywhere else? From the right tool by names you know and trust, to the perfect color stain for your new deck. New deck? Yeah, we can take care of that too. Riding, pushing, you name it, C.W. Harmon & Son has the perfect tool and equipment for any job, large or small. Visit us on the web, or better yet, come see us. Family owned and serving with pride. That's C.W. Harmon & Son in Floyd.
And now for this week's sports action. Because there are so many sports for the spring season, we will be showing a schedule up on your screen. Most sports for the spring season begin at either 4:30 or 5 o'clock p.m. So watch now as we have the schedules on your screen. Vicky's Tax Service in Floyd has been in business since 1989. Our practice includes preparation of individual, small business, and farm taxes. We offer payroll services and bookkeeping. We have many clients using QuickBooks, and we offer support for clients using this software for their business records. Call Vicky's today at 540-745-2066 or stop by our office at 116 West Main Street in Floyd.
Here at Floyd Pharmacy, we know you. We know your doctor, and we're there in the case of an emergency. We keep a complete record of all the prescriptions you take, which can help alert our pharmacist to a potential problematic drug, allergy, or food interaction. We even offer free local delivery and fast, friendly service. While you're here, take time to check out our gift shop, as we now carry items from Willow Tree, and we can service your photo needs with our 2 Kodak machines. At Floyd Pharmacy, we want to be more than just your local pharmacy. We want you to feel at home here too. Go Buffaloes!
here chatting with Johnny Williams, who is with Acoustic Uprising, an event that's coming up in Wytheville, April 11th and 12th. So thank you for joining us on the show.
I'm tickled to be here. Appreciate you inviting us.
Yeah, no problem. So tell us a little bit about this event. What exactly is Blue Ridge Acoustic Uprising?
It's an event that Carl Cooler and Tim White out in Bristol, Virginia. Tim does the Song of the Mountain show.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, we had an idea of putting together an association, it's a nonprofit, to showcase the talents of the traditional music from Southwest Virginia and sort of a 150-mile radius of Wytheville.
Wow.
We picked the location there at the meeting center because of the interstates, and Bristol has its own thing going on, and Galax has the Fiddlers Convention, so we thought we'd kind of sneak in between them.
Right.
And we kind of came up with that idea, and last year was our first event.
Okay.
And we had 30 bands. This year we got 33 in a 2-day period. And like I say, it's mostly to promote the music and showcase bands that might not have the chance to go on a national level. So.
Okay, that's awesome. And how are you involved with this event?
Well, I'm actually a co-founder, but I'm actually the chairman of the event too, and I also will be performing there this year.
Right.
Last year I filled in with some bands when a couple of guys were sick.
Okay.
This year I'm actually booked on the show.
Great. How did you all come up with this? This idea. I know, like you said, you have the Galax Fiddlers Convention as well as the events in Bristol. How did you all say we want it to be called Acoustic Uprising?
Well, that one of our meetings, somebody we was trying to think of a name, and we wanted something to incorporate Blue Ridge because of the where we were at. And one of the gentlemen there said, I kind of like Acoustic Uprising because it is all acoustic music.
Okay.
It's Americana, bluegrass, and old time.
Okay.
But not the real way out Americana. It's still all acoustic. I think one band last year had a little snare drum, but that's just part of the show.
Right.
Works out great.
Well, that's great. Now, are the artists playing? Are they local musicians, or where exactly do they come from?
Most of these bands are within, like I say, they're in North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and I don't think we have any from West Virginia this year. Okay. And it's about a 150-mile radius of Wytheville, which encompasses it even tips into South Carolina a little bit, but the people that we would invite to play at it.
And I think that's something, because I think that the music culture in this area is so broad that it extends out 150 miles.
Oh yeah, it goes farther than that actually, but we've had to kind of limit it because once you get out past that rim, there are other organizations that put on events, and there's nothing. Most time it's usually an old time event, or it's a bluegrass event, or it's an Americana event. Right. But our structure was to mix it all together. Right. Like on the stage, you'll have an old time band, the next band will be a bluegrass band. It's like that throughout the whole 2 days. Okay. And we're also featuring youth. We're really pushing the youth. On Friday, from 11 to 2, we've invited all the schools within that region that wants to come in. We have a youth band that we did a project on Mountain Roads recording artist called Close Kin, Our Roots Run Deep. Okay. And all the young adults who are from 10 to 17, and they all played different kind of music, old time Americana and bluegrass, and we put them all in together, and that's where they're going to be doing the release of their CD project on that day. Wow. And it's getting rave reviews. We did a little mini release for a Song on the Mountain show a couple of weeks ago. It's starting to hit it pretty big time. It's getting a lot of recognition, and so we've invited schools in for that to make it a field day. Okay. If they wanted to, it's no charge, and also they have lunch there that they can buy. Right. And after they do the CD, those young adults are also going to do seminars and have question answers, with their peers, to show them what they can do from the early jam programs all the way through college as far as the music of this area, and it's going to be pretty interesting. That's great. Now, you mentioned seminars. Are there classes that are going to be going on? On that, we'll be on this one. Just it'll be open to the whole forum. But last year we did have seminars, but we need to have another day added for that to get all that in because of all the music we're producing on stage. Right. Each band gets 25-minute showcase. Okay. The bands are playing at their own expense. We're furnishing the place, but we're giving them a place to showcase. Right. Hopefully, if we can get some bigger sponsors, we hope to this year, but we hadn't yet. Next year, we're trying to get some grants and some huge sponsors where we can actually pay the bands for their time. But we're doing everything we can. We invite in. We have radio stations that are going to be there on site. We got DJs. We got promoters from events that are coming out. Last year, we had one band that got signed to a pretty good label, bluegrass label,
Wow.
and 3 or 4 of the other bands got some pretty good bookings out of it. So that's what we're trying to help them.
Right.
Maybe take a step farther than what they've been able to do at some point.
Right. So it's actually, a showcase of all these
Yes,
people.
yes.
And kind of like a networking event for them.
Right, yeah. And we also had 30 vendors set
Okay.
up, from basket weaving to a national Americana Rhythm magazine, which
Wow.
is the music, Old Time Herald. So music stores are coming in and setting up. It's a pretty nice event,
Right.
actually. And the meeting center is a great place.
Right.
I didn't realize how professional that place was. We had a great time our last year. Everything went smooth as silk.
That's great. Now, is there going to be food vendors? Because I know you have food. That's always a big question.
Yeah, the
so-
food is provided by the meeting center.
Okay.
I think this year they have barbecue and hot
Wow.
dogs and hamburgers and things like that. And it's all on site. And of course, right outside, it's on the Wytheville Community College campus. But
Okay.
it's actually at the meeting center where the rec center is. We can seat about 1,100 people,
Wow.
and we hope to
see
have
that
a matinee show.
Right. Right.
And but right down the street, within a couple hundred yards, there's all types of restaurants and
Okay.
motels and everything from Cracker Barrel to Hardee's and high-end motels to the lower end. So
Okay.
everything's real convenient. Actually, if you have an RV, you can park on the college campus. There's
Oh,
no
wow.
hookups, but you're welcome to park there. There's no
Right.
charge. And while we're on the fees, if you do it in advance tickets, which I'll tell you the website in a second, up to March 31st, it's $10 a
Okay.
day, $20 for 2 days.
Okay.
At the door, it's $12 and $24.
Okay.
That's for 30 bands and plus our award show on Saturday night, which is a huge thing.
Award show. What exactly is that? What kind of awards will you be giving out?
Well, last year we decided that to help do what we're trying to do for the people in the area, we've started the BRAU, which is Blue Ridge Acoustic Uprising Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And we inducted last year. We had let's see who was in there last year. Well, let me do this year. Each category, like Americana,
Mm-hmm.
we have an inductee for Americana music and what they've contributed through the years to the music in
Okay.
this area. And the Americana is going to be Wayne Henderson, who's
Okay.
a well-known guitarist in Luther
Right.
from up in Rugby, Virginia. Bobby Patterson and Willard Gayhart, which they've taught a lot of young people over the years, and they've been playing in the area. They're from Woodlawn, Virginia.
Okay.
They'll be our bluegrass inductees, and the White Top Mountain Band, which is a national, international touring old-time band from White Top, Virginia,
Right.
who has a huge draw and has a huge name
Oh, yeah.
in the old-time field.
Right. I've
Yeah.
actually seen them play here in
Yeah.
Floyd. So.
They're going to be inducted as old-time.
Okay.
And we also have what we call Harold Mitchell. Harold Mitchell was a DJ at Galax, and he's been at the Galax Phillips Convention as an MC for many years.
Okay.
And he used to actually book and tour with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs
Oh, wow.
in the early years. So last year we gave him an award for all that he had done for the music. So each year now we're calling it the Harold Mitchell Award.
Okay.
And this year the Rita Scott from the Carter Fold.
Okay.
She's the recipient of that.
Wow.
And along with that, on the award show in Americana Bluegrass Old Time, we have nomination ballots and we vote on them. And we have for the Bluegrass Entertainer of the Year, Instrumental Group of the Year, the Vocal Group of the Year. We also have a DJ Radio Personality Award that we give out that's
Okay.
voted on. And we also, this year we're having a Blue Ridge Acoustic Uprising Star Award.
Wow.
For somebody that's just got started up in the last year or two that's making a big pop in the music world. So.
Right. Well, that's great. Now, how do people buy tickets or get more information?
You can go to acousticuprising.com.
Okay.
And it has all the pages. It has nomination forms. It has all the ticket pricing. It has, if you want to buy it online, it has the phone number or
Okay.
you can go online. After that, it also has the phone numbers on there, and you can call those numbers at any time, day or
Okay.
night, and we'd be more than happy to
Okay.
have a bunch of people call today.
That's great. That's great. And now we didn't exactly talk about schedule. Is this an all-day event or?
On Friday, it starts at 11 o'clock because of the youth version. It goes from 11 to 2, and then it starts at 2 o'clock and goes all the way through till 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Then on Saturday, it starts at noon and goes till 10:30.
Okay.
Our award shows from 8:30 to 10:30. And each night, also this year, we've added a dance contest.
Wow.
We have the first 20 people to register each night, and we have one of our showcase slots, and we have judges there. And it's, dancing in this area for old time music especially is huge.
Right.
A lot of these places have 300 or 400 people every Friday and Saturday night. They come there just to dance.
Right.
And we've got some really neat awards to be given to the winners of those each night. I don't want to tell what they are, but it's really special this year. So.
That's great. Now, these are actually going to be at Citizens. So if you would like to stop by and pick up any of this, a brochure or a flyer, then you can come by Citizens main office. But that's all the time we have for today. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
And our next two guests are Ron Sutterer and Susan Sutterer, who are with the Empty Bowls fundraiser, which is happening on April 6th at Floyd County High School. So welcome. Glad to have both of you all here.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit, what exactly is Empty Bowls?
Well, Empty Bowls is something that's actually fairly common around the country, and it takes different forms. It is kind of run differently, but it's usually some event to try to raise money for some charitable organization.
Okay.
And usually potters or pottery guilds are involved because it usually involves giving away bowls.
Okay.
Handmade bowls.
Right. Well, how did it get started here in Floyd County?
Well, it was primarily McCabe and Karen set it up initially. McCabe was interested in organizing a program and got us involved, and then there are other people that have kind of come on board, and the committee changes a little bit from year to year, and I have kind of inadvertently become the bowl czar, the person who's in charge of collecting all the bowls and making bowls. So I go around and harass guild members and local potters to give me bowls for this event. And just keep accumulating them. And then if we don't use all of them this year, I then put them in boxes and store them in the basement, and we'll use them next year. So I've always got kind of like an inventory of bowls.
Right.
We end up generally around 600 bowls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so how are you involved in this event?
Well, McCabe and Karen, McCabe Coolidge and Karen Day, had rented a studio space in the Jacksonville Center.
Okay.
This was 8 years ago.
Wow. So this is the 8th year this has been going on.
This is the seventh
annual.
But
Wow.
we start the planning in 2013 for the 2014 event, and they. We knew them because we were members of the Jacksonville Center and did activities there. So we knew them and they knew other people, and so they decided to start this. Now the backpack program is a separate entity.
Right.
It's run by the New River Community Action.
Okay.
And they send backpacks of food home with school children, school young adults, every Friday.
Okay.
These are all children that are deemed to be at risk for going hungry.
Okay.
And
what sort of food do they get in the backpacks?
I'm not sure because we're not involved with the packing of the backpacks. Really, we do this. This is a fundraising event, and we give all the money
back to
New River Community Action Backpack Program. And last year, I think we exceeded $9,000.
Wow!
But actually, $1,000 of that was raised by a Sunday school class somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So.
That's great.
But the bowls are real. That's what brings the people in. It's a good cause. Right. And you get a free bowl that's worth probably every bit of what you pay to come in and get homemade soup, homemade bread, homemade dessert, beverage.
Okay. Now, where does the soups and the food come from? Do you all do that, or?
Well, the soup is donated by different people in the county. Okay. They bring in a hot crock pot of soup starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think they usually count on getting about between 40 and 45 crock pots full of hot homemade soup. I usually do soup too, and Ron does throw bowls too. He's been doing pottery for probably 12 years. He's getting good at it. He's kind of between an amateur and a professional. And he told me once this year, he said he's thrown over 300 bowls.
Wow.
Now, we may not need to use them all, but I think after they've been bisque fired, he's given some of them out to friends to then glaze, so he doesn't have to do the glazing on all.
Now, when you say throw, what exactly does that mean? In
Well,
pottery.
I take a 2-pound ball of clay and put it on a pottery wheel,
Right.
and then you center it and pull the wall up and shape the bowl,
Okay.
and then trim it, bisque fire it, and then glaze it and then fire it again. So it's a whole process. I mean,
Right.
it's like everything else. I mean, it's as pottery projects go, throwing a little soup bowl is a relatively easy project.
But it takes time, I'm sure.
Oh, it actually takes time, yes.
Yeah. So what sort of struggles have you all faced within this fundraiser?
I think for us right now, the planning committee is kind of dwindled.
Okay.
We've lost some people to health problems.
Okay.
And Karen and McCabe once they started planning and became involved in planning, they come for the event and help out.
Right.
But their time is taken up with the plenty projects that they do. And so I've been able to find 3 people to bring in this year to help with the planning committee, but most of us are retirees, and because we have time to spend and we're free during the day, but if anyone's interested in helping with planning for next year, we're always glad to have anybody on the committee.
How do you get involved with it? Who do you contact for that?
I guess you could either contact me, since I'm the head of the committee this year, or Glenda Vest. She's our liaison
with Community Action,
with
right?
Community Action, correct.
Okay. Well, that's great. And now, like we said, it's Sunday, April 6th. How do you get tickets for this event?
Well, I've got tickets in my purse.
Okay.
But and the people on the committee have tickets, but the main sources of selling are the Jacksonville Center. We sell quite a few through the Jacksonville Center. Now, unfortunately, they're still on winter hours, and you'd have to call to find out what those are.
And these days you never know when they're going to be open with the snow that we've had.
Yeah. So they sell at the front desk at the Jacksonville Center.
Okay.
And the churches, a lot of the churches, the pastors have tickets.
Distributed through the
They're distributed through the Ministerial Association.
Right.
And
we purposely set this up on a Sunday afternoon so that people could go to church and then come afterwards to the event.
Yeah, and you can buy tickets at the door. I think it's like $3 more. The difference between $12 and $15.
Right. Okay, and it says here that you're going to have local musicians as well as a silent auction. Can you tell me who the musicians are? Are they from the county or?
And Scott Perry and some of his students.
Scott Perry and some of his students are entertaining for half the time. And the other half the time, I tried twice to call Eric to get the name of Carol's brother. I know he's well known in California.
Right.
Wonderful guitarist.
Okay.
Carol Fiore, who works at the Jacksonville Center as bookkeeper. It's her brother who moved here a couple years ago from California.
Okay.
And he has students. And he's apparently entertained in the homes of some stars in California. But he's very, very good.
Right.
And he'll be entertaining half of the time.
Okay, that's great.
So,
what kind of items will be at the silent auction?
well, mostly I've been going around trying to get things from different, I hate to ask the potters for things because we all get, loot bowls from them. But the country store has given a couple of tickets for for a Friday night jamboree. Republic of Floyd has given us a grab bag of various items from the store, about $50 worth of items. I'm trying to think. I've gotten things from Bell Gallery, Farmer's Supply. We're waiting for a few more things to come in. And you and I usually donate a couple things.
Right. Well, that's some great items from very well-known places in Floyd, it sounds like.
Right.
So. Well, that's great. Well, just to recap, this event is on Sunday, April 6th at Floyd County High School from 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can buy tickets in advance for $12 or buy them $15 at the door. And children 6 to 12 are $5, and kids under 6 are free.